Hi guys, the bike is now ready, as you can see, and it turned out to be a pretty good looking one. So the frame set is a standard S-Works Tarmac SL7, as I've built a couple of times already, but the build kit that we put on this one is slightly different than what we had before. So first I want to show you the handlebar. It's the first time I'm using this one. It's the MV SES AR in a 40 centimeter width. And the unusual thing about this bar is that it's quite widely flared. It's the so-called all-road bar in the MV's range, and it's actually around 45 centimeters in the drops, so a pretty dramatic flare for more control when you're sprinting or descending. It's an arrow shape, but it's taped all the way up to the tops. Yeah, so the unusual thing about the handlebar is the fact that the brake hoses are not actually routed inside of it. At least not in this case. There's a cavity on the bottom where the hoses are just sitting in, and you tape them on, so in case you want to adjust your position, then it's not necessary to cut the brake hoses, which is pretty neat. The downside of this, as I found, is that you can't leave an extra length of hose for the bar, just because there's nowhere to push the hose in. You know, normally if you want some extra hose in there, then you just push it in, and yeah, there's some space inside the section of the bar to take that up. Not the case here, so it has its ups and downs. We also have some MV bar tape on it to match, and the group set is Sram eTap, but not the latest 12-speed axis version. Because, well, that's what the owner wanted, but it's just not available. So we found an 11-speed group set on the used market, and while it might not be the latest and greatest, it's still a good group set. So the shifters actually are very similar in the shape to the new one. Actually, the lever action is exactly the same. Then the front mech, of course, uses a different design, made for the bigger tooth gaps than the narrow gap version for the 12-speed, and also the rear mech completely different. The upside of this group set is that it's a lot lighter than 12-speed SRAM or anything else for disc brakes actually on the market, so makes for a pretty lightweight build overall. We still have a ceramic speed oversized pulley wheel system coming for this. And one other neat thing, and which also makes the build pretty light, is the fact that we're using the new DUP style red crank with the DUP spindle, which is super light and stiff. And on top of that we have the latest generation of the Quark D0 power meter with 110 BCD chainrings. So pretty good stuff all around, and we're still deciding on the group set for this build and for the saddle choice. So it's quite good as it is already, and we'll see how it turns out when it's finished.